Okay guys, we're going to have a crack at changing chords. So you've probably had a muck around and worked out that you move them, put your fingers down, strum again, and it takes a bit of time. So there's a couple of tricks that will just make it a little bit easier. And it comes down to which chord you're changing from and to. So we'll look at the first basic ones, A minor and E minor, and I'll throw a couple more in there that you might come across soon. So now we'll start off with our A minor. So first finger down on the first fret of the B, second finger, third finger on the second fret on our D and G. So we've got our A minor. Skip the top string. So cool, we get a nice sound there. Now, super easy way to change to E minor. Take your first finger off and just jump the whole thing up one. So we're not actually switching around our fingers. Now, that we just drop down and we're back in A minor. Okay, so A minor and quick switch, switch back. Okay, now even if you don't have that first finger down yet, you can kind of fake it till you make it. All right, so that's the beauty of that change. Now, you want to really think about what you're going to be moving to. So that's one way to change your A minor to E minor. It's a little bit tricky when you take all of your fingers off and then have to put them down again though. It's real easy to get lost. It's much easier to keep a finger down. So what we're going to do this time is a pivot. We're going to leave this second finger down. So if you actually look at a chord and you see, oh, those two notes are the same and they're using the same finger, well, awesome, you can do a really quick change. So in this case, we're just going to pivot and put your first finger down for your E minor. So you'll notice not moving that second finger. That's a really smooth change. Okay, so that gives you a nice A minor to E minor, two different ways to do it. I think the leaving your finger down, the pivoting is much simpler. Now, say we're here and we want to move into a D minor. You can walk. So what I'm doing here is I'm moving one finger down using that as a reference point to place my other fingers. Okay, and I think that's a lot easier than just taking all your fingers off, maybe trying to get this one down, that, and then half the time you're going to be deadening that note. So try it first finger, second, third. So it's almost a 1, 2, 3 as you put it down. So from the A minor. Okay. All right. So A minor, D minor, A minor, D minor. All right. What happens if you want to jump from an E minor to a D minor? You can have a look at it and go, all right, I've got this E minor. There's no common note, so it's going to be a bit tricky, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. If you think about it, it's still going to be easier if I'm doing my E minor in this position with these two fingers. Alright, so you're sitting there with that first finger ready. So you can start to see how changing a few chords, looking at where your fingers are, where they're going to go. Have a muck around, find out what's easiest. Definitely use that pivot. Now I'll show you just one more that'll come up soon, and you might have already learnt this chord somewhere else, but the C. So C major, personal hatred for this chord when I first learnt it. It was it did my head in. So don't worry if you're stuck on it. Happens to the best of us. So A minor. All you need to do is move that third finger up and out. Okay, and back. Third finger up and out. But what is actually happening here? If you can see in the background there, see where my elbow moves? Okay. I'm twisting an elbow in to get across all of those strings. Alright, so there's a bit more advanced chord change to have a go at, and look, we'll see you next time.